Hey everyone, today I'm going to be swatching and reviewing the Made by Mitchel, which is made by Mitchel, Head in the Clouds palette. This is the palette I decided to get from the initial launch. This is just totally like a fun type of palette in my opinion. I do also have a makeup tutorial in this for you guys, so I will leave timestamps down below. So if you want to see swatches and my thoughts on the palette, just keep watching. Now that you guys have seen the swatches, let's talk about the palette. First off, this palette is expensive. Like, for a brand new brand to come out with a palette that costs around $68 Canadian, that's kind of insane. Like, very insane, and I don't really think the prices should be that expensive in my opinion. The quality is great, but there is no reason for a brand new brand to come out and be like, hey, so this palette's gonna be like $70. Like, that was really insane. It does come with an awesome size mirror, which is great, but the price is definitely like like, why is it so expensive? This palette though is kind of awesome. I just checked on their website and it does say that they are cruelty-free and vegan, so that is great. We always want to hear that. It's 2020. No one needs to be testing on animals, honestly. It's disgusting. You get 25 eyeshadows. These eyeshadows are also very, very huge. If you've tried a Beauty Bay palette, like if you tried the original, like, Mitchel palette with them, think sizes like that. So they are bigger eyeshadows, and personally, this color story kind of speaks to me. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, with this background, it just kind of like felt messy, but then after looking at the shades, I was like, this palette is stunning. I love the color story. I don't really have a palette that has these sort of colors together, and after trying it, I do like this palette a lot. Like, a lot. I actually really love this palette, so always really excited to hear that after spending so much money on a palette. When I did my eye look, I tried to use as many shades as I could, and I really liked all of them. The only shade I had trouble with was Dawn, which was probably just due to my eyes being a bit drier. I don't know why my eyes have been dry, but they have, so I kind of need to moisturize them because, I don't know, they've just been really dry lately. You got 7 shimmers and the rest are mattes. There are no like sequiny shades or anything, so that's good. And there's no glitters, so again, that's awesome. I like the color story. Purple is my favorite, so of course the purples like stood out to me, but then also the light blues. Honestly, the only thing that I don't like in this palette color-wise is just like all of the yellows. I don't think all the yellows needed to be in there. And I mean, I'm not a brown person, but I do like the shades of brown that were chosen. I love the gray. Like, this is like a bluey gray, like a, I don't know. And then this darker gray, I can't wait to use as well. And that pink, I'm like really excited to do a lot of looks with it. So now I'm going to walk you through the makeup tutorial I did. The first shade that I used is Bora Blue and this other blue, and I basically did a cut crease with those, and then I took the lavender and I blended them all together, the lavender going on the outer corner. I like how it turned out. I took this shimmer and put it over top of this matte sand shade, and I used that basically to cut the crease and put them all over the lid. On the inner corner, I used the white just to intensify my highlight. Then I used this gray called Skywalker as my eyeliner. I liked it. I thought it looked cool. The oranges I put on the lower lash line just to kind of go with the shades on the lid, and I also added that orangey pink shimmer halfway through my lower lash line as well. And then I added mascara, and that's the look. I applied a gray lipstick from Sugar Pill, and that's just kind of a quick makeup tutorial on how this gorgeous look turned out. I like it, and I think the eyeshadows I used were pretty amazing. There is an insane amount of staining with this eyeshadow palette, so keep that in mind. That being said, this palette was the hardest palette I've ever tried to get my hands on, so I ordered it when it first came out. It was fine. I ordered it, and then they shipped it. They lied to me saying, oh yeah, we shipped it on this Saturday, and then when there was no tracking update or anything, they said, oh, we'll look into it, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually it was like, we just shipped it Wednesday. Like, why? Like, it's not that big of a deal, but why would you lie? Like, that automatically put a bad taste in my mouth. And if it wasn't for people saying that this palette had good quality, I would have been very pissed. But, that wasn't the end of the issues either. Like, I never received my palette, and it'd been over a month. And it literally, like, they refunded me for the shipping, which is good because shipping was overly expensive. Like, it was way too much. So if you're in Canada, know that if you order from them, shipping's gonna be like 22.50 euro. So I don't even want to know what that is converted because it's way too much. Like, this palette's great, but all the issues I had really left just like a bad taste in my mouth. Especially, like, I've never had customer service blatantly ignore me and then, like, have to fight so hard for a replacement. It was just not happening. And the funny thing is, they never even ended up saying, like, they never gave me a replacement. So the lady was like, yeah, so on Monday, we'll get your replacement ready and go out for you. And I asked every day, I was like, hey, any updates? And then, yeah, by the end of the week, they were like, no, we'll contact them on Monday. And this is the Monday after they said they'd give me a replacement. I was like, you sure about that? And it's currently Monday. And do you think that they've contacted me? No. But guess what showed up in the mail over a month later? My lost palette. So I don't even know if I'll ever buy from the brand again just because of that customer service. Like, everyone else seemed to have a fine experience, but me, it was just issue after issue, blatant lies and stuff. So I'm happy I got my palette, but will I purchase from them again? Probably not. Like, the quality is amazing. The palette itself is great, but after all those issues, I'm like, you sure about that, mate? Like, how? So, needless to say, I'm not a handicapper. Wow, I can't even speak because I'm flustered, but that's okay. I mean, I got my palette and I love it, so, you know, take my journey to get this palette as you will. Let me know what your favorite shade in the palette is. I honestly don't know. I think mine might be this blue, but honestly, I like most of these shades. I'm just not a fan of the shade Pink Eye. It's like, it's just a pink. It could have had like some sort of duochroma factor. I'm not the biggest fan of that one. Next, I think I want to try with the dark shades since I haven't gravitated towards any of the dark shades yet, so I'll definitely have to try them and let you guys know what I think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe, comment down below any videos you'd like to see me do. Go follow my Instagram and my TikTok, Makeup by Tasha XO, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Hi.
Bye. Have fun.